Get ready to match the stars. Jimmie Walker, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Reilly, Elaine Joyce, Richard Dawson, and Marcia Wallace as we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 76. And now here's the star of Match Game 76, Gene Reilly.
Thank you, Johnny Olson and friends. What'd you do to him, John? Boy, you got away with you, haven't they? Hello there, regulars.
Hi there.
Brett, Charles, Richard, and what's her name? We haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, no, that's Brett, Charles, Richard, and what's her name?
What's her name?
Semi-regular.
Whoever she was.
From the Bob Newhart Show, we're always happy to see her.
Does that mean that I'm irregular?
Oh, I hope not. Kiss me, you fool.
Watch out, he will.
Jimmie
I'm
Walker.
here and I am regular.
And you are from Good Times.
Yes.
Yeah, well, let's let Good Times roll.
Of course.
Now, what do you say we say hello to these two people, Farnisha Boswell and specialist Rick Bursky. How are you? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
She's our current champ. This little lady has won a bundle of money. She's got $6,800 to her credit. Well, you're not embarrassed about that.
You're gonna make me blush.
I'm going to make you blush. Wait a minute.
And cry.
And just because I said you got $6,800, you're going to blush and cry?
Yeah.
Really? Don't do that.
Okay.
I'll hold your
You're
hand.
cold again.
Okay. All right. Everything calm and quiet now?
Not quite.
Splendid. We met this fella briefly just as we were going off the air last time, specialist Rick Bursky. Would you briefly repeat where you're from and stationed and all
I'm
that?
stationed in Bamberg, Germany. I'm on temporary duty recruiting for the United States Army Europe.
Yeah. Okay. We all gave it the office, didn't we? So we'll start this game in a moment or so, but right now, let's start this message especially for you. We're ready to start this brand new game. Here we go. First round questions. Rick, what do you say, A or B?
B.
B it is. B for Bursky, right? Is that what you chose that?
Right,
B for Bursky.
Obviously a
Hey,
compliment.
listen to this. Did you hear about Stanley's new hobby?
No.
Would you like to hear about it?
Why not?
He sticks his vacuum cleaner out the window and sucks in people's blanks. That's what he does.
He sticks the vent.
He plugs it in, then he takes the long hose and the wand,
Out the window.
and he puts that out the window, you see, and he sucks in people's blanks.
It's interesting you should bring up vacuum cleaners.
Yes.
Because I hate every vacuum cleaner maker ever made.
You really?
Yes, because my mother bought one vacuum cleaner, right? Everybody's mother in America bought one vacuum cleaner for your entire life.
Right.
I have bought 5 in the last 5 years. Now, there's something wrong with the way they're making vacuum cleaners.
Nothing works for you,
Mr.
does it?
Eureka, shape up.
Stop that now, right your answer now.
That's right. We
Shut
have
up.
to tell them, right?
We're
What?
ready.
I know it. The old dingbat up there is...
Oh,
Goodness
it was that
gracious.
party the other night.
It was?
Yeah.
Yes. That was a good party. All right. You ready now? Here we go.
Well, wait
Rick.
a minute. I guess this ain't all right. I don't know.
What? I thought you had an answer.
I had a better one.
Okay. Now, Rick, here it is. Did you hear about Stanley's new hobby? Here's what he does, Rick. He sticks his vacuum cleaner out the window and sucks in people's blanks.
Hats.
Hats. Now, just a second. People walking along the street, their heads are at window level. He sticks a thing out, gets in a hat, and with another person, and he's got a whole room full of hats. That's not bad. He's not going to win with it, but it's not bad. What do you say, Jim?
Speaking as the Black Prince,
Oh, yeah.
most people don't wear hats all the time. I does because I happen to be a genius. But most people do all the time continuously wear underwear.
Underwear.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, crowd.
What a powerful machine that must be. What do you say, my dear?
I say it's absolutely fascinating that a person so young should be so far behind the times. Where in heaven's name did he get the idea that ladies are still wearing underwear? I said rugs.
Rugs.
That's a little thing you put on your head.
Right, yes. Some
Ladies
do.
are still wearing underwear, Brett. Maybe you're not.
Isn't this an interesting...
Well, we have a very shaky panel here. This is not our usual.
Isn't this an interesting colloquy?
You turn it over, and if it matches, he gets a point.
That's it, yeah.
You don't have to talk about vacuum cleaners.
No,
or
you don't have to
anything.
make a long speech or do anything.
I said hats, toupees, or rugs.
Hats, toupees, or rugs. Okay. He did get one. Charles Nelson Reilly covered all bases there. He sticks his vacuum cleaner out the window and sucks in people's hats, according to Rick. Now, what according to Elaine Joyce, my dear?
I wish I said hats, toupees, and rugs, but I only wrote down hair pieces.
Hair pieces. Well, that's good.
I said it, though, but I didn't write it down.
All right. And Richard?
I said rugs, wigs, and toupees.
Rugs, wigs, and toupees.
Vaudeville act I worked with.
Yes, wonderful dance team.
Okay. Now, let's see what your first effort looks like.
Don't show your underwear, Marcia.
No, I certainly won't. I have wallets and/or purses, my attorneys.
Yeah. Wallets and purses, your attorneys?
Yeah.
Good firm. Okay, one for Rick on his first rounder. Let's see how Farnisha does with her first rounder, which reads as follows. Gloria said, "My husband, the cowboy, treats me like one of the cows. Last night, he brought his blank to bed." Put it down there. Treats me like one of the cows. Last night, he brought his blank to bed.
Love my answer. I'm finished first.
Well, whisper it and then I'll help you figure it out if you need help.
Right, that's it. Okay.
Is that what you're after? Yeah. Okay, that clarifies it. Okay. Everybody ready up there? And here we go.
Another chorus.
Now we go. Farnisha. Gloria said, "My husband, the cowboy, treats me like one of the cows. Last night, he brought his blank to bed." Farnisha thinks she's not an impulsive lady.
Wow. Gosh, there are two, so I'll take rope.
Rope.
Yeah.
What was your other one just for him? The branding iron.
Yeah.
Branding iron. She said she had a choice of branding iron or rope, and she decided on rope. Now, what did you decide on?
Well, you've already won $6,000. You can go home. I mean, it's no problem. Anybody that knows anything about the range like the Black Prince does would say little dogies.
A dogie.
Thank you, crowd.
Treats me like a little dog. Last night he brought his little dogie to bed. What'd you say there?
I wish he'd get a prettier crown, is what I wish he'd get. No, honey, I love my answer. I'm sorry, Farnisha, you're wrong. What he did was, he said treat her like a cow, right?
Right.
He brought his bull to bed, dear.
Okay, I guess the audience approves of that one wholeheartedly there.
Class show, ain't it?
Yes, it is indeed. Charles?
It's a constructive answer. I said brought his pail to bed.
His pail. Okay, I think we get the drift of that. Here we go, Elaine. Last night he brought his blank to bed, and according to Farnisha, it was rope.
Well, he needed some help, and he decided to put some more men on the job, so he brought his cowhands to bed.
His cowhands.
And they had a party.
They did. Oh, dear me. Now, Richard.
Yeah, now, Phoenicia had a choice. You had two, didn't you?
Branding iron and rope is what
You chose rope?
Yes.
I chose branding iron.
Yes.
We were that far away.
Two minds with but two thoughts.
Well, I'm following my usual pattern of starting slow.
Right.
And I'll hit my peak later in the week.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I go a whole week and don't hit my peak.
Well, show us the lousy one now.
Pale, not so lousy,
Not so
semi-lousy.
lousy. It happened before. No, that's not bad. Okay, so there we are at the end of round one, and it's 1-0 in favor of Rick. And round two is coming your way in a moment or so, but right now, this for you.
You there?
We are ready to go on now. Press on to round two. All right. Final round here. Rick, what is your choice, A or B?
I'll stay with B.
B. Who does not play? Charles does not play, right? Okay. When Harold went to his ex-girlfriend's wedding, he sat in the front row and blanked. His ex-girlfriend's wedding. He sat in the front row and
Oh,
blanked.
there's so many wonderful
Oh,
choices.
there are a couple of really good, neat answers to this one. That's good, Marcia. She's got her.
That's really...
Yeah.
Right. That's obscene. But it's good.
Put an answer down,
Okay, all
as we
right.
always do.
I want them to win, these people.
Sure. Okay.
Wait a week.
Wait a week.
Yeah,
Oh, this is one of those multi-card answers.
No, I had to change my mind because I came up with the definitive answer.
Okay, go ahead, Southpaw.
Okay, hon, we're off.
All right, now we're ready for Rick Bursky. When Harold went to his ex-girlfriend's wedding, he sat in the front row and blanked.
Cried.
Cried. Well, that gave him the message, didn't it, Jimmie?
Well, if it had been me, I'd have been laughing, sprawling in the aisles. But I said, in agreeing with the United States government, as I do all the time, cried.
Cried. One for Rick. Brett?
It never even occurred to me.
It
Cried.
didn't? Oh,
no,
yeah.
never crossed my conscious
Well,
mind.
that'd be an interesting thing to do,
I
wouldn't
do.
it?
Can you read lips?
Yes.
He gave a Bronx cheer.
Gave the Bronx cheer. All right. Charles?
I'm not playing if you would go over the
Get
rules.
serious if you're not playing.
Hello there, Elaine.
Well, Gene, I figured he would cheer or be happy or something like that. He was getting rid of her, you know?
Oh, ex-girlfriend. He didn't like her.
Yeah, see, I
Right.
thought of it differently.
I see.
But then I figured, well, maybe he would... no, I don't know how you think.
He sat in the front
Cried.
row and cried. What'd you say?
I said he threw up. All over her gown.
Dear me.
He has the longest arms.
Doesn't he? Yeah.
Look at that.
Yes.
Richard?
Yeah, well, Harold had
Ex-girlfriend's
been
wedding.
with her for quite a long time.
Oh, he had?
He was a terrible lover.
Really?
He was glad to get rid of her. He laughed.
He laughed. Sat in the front row and
Another
laughed
guy go down.
at the other guy's poor fortune. He sat in the front row and cried, according to him. What, according to you, Marcia, my dear?
This is what the audience will do when they hear this answer. Booed.
Boo.
Get it out of your system.
They
Bert.
got your message, yes. Okay, so here we are, 2-0 in the middle of round two, and we come to Farnicia's question. She needs 2 to tie Farnicia and 3 to win. Robby the robot said, "My wife, Roberta, has a pencil sharpener built in. To get a sharp point, you stick a pencil into her blank and..." There will be no audible manifestations of any kind during this question. What I'm saying is, shut up. I am not finished reading the question yet, you dingbats. So shut up, if you please. You stick a pencil into her blank and spin her around. Do you understand? My wife, Roberta, has a pencil sharpener built in. To get a sharp point, you stick a pencil into her blank and spin her around. You stick a pencil into her blank and spin her around.
Well, I hate the question.
That's a good question. See, I told you. I told him it was going to take a long time. Well, it's going to be one of those 20-minute questions because it takes a little time to figure it out there.
He stuck a...
Oh, you're finished.
Wait
I
a
have
week.
to be finished.
Wait a week. He stuck a pencil into her what, dear?
Blank.
Oh, he stuck a
Spin
pencil...
her around?
And spin her around.
And
You
stuck
stick
a
a
pencil
pencil into her blank and spin her around.
Now I can enunciate on it.
Right.
He's not going to change his answer.
Okay, this people... All right, everybody ready?
These people is all...
Farnisha. Robbie the robot said,
My wife Roberta has a pencil sharpener built in.
to get a sharp point, you stick a pencil into her blank and spin her around. Farnisha.
This way around or that way around?
Farnisha. You may go either way you want. Makes no difference to me. Whatever you think the celebrities have done is what you are trying to do.
Her mouth.
Put it in her mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what she said.
What'd she say?
Said put it in her mouth. That would give you some eccentric spinning, wouldn't it? Jimmie, what'd you say?
Right. Mouth, huh?
Yeah.
Wrong with that, huh? She's right. What's wrong with mouth? What's wrong with mouth?
Boy, you really got a little SP going there. I didn't expect mouth. What'd you say?
He's been taking smart pills since
That's right.
he ran away, hasn't he? Not me, hon. I said ear.
Ear. Okay.
Oh, well, you know, kids.
Charles.
I said head. I'm sorry.
Put it right in her head. Spun her around the other way. Elaine, Farnisha's looking for the answer, mouth.
I'm sorry. It's the closest thing I could find that looked like a pencil sharpener. Navel.
Navel. That's to spin her around like a propeller then, wouldn't it, if you put it in the navel then?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. And you, sir?
That's how I sharpen my pencils.
All the time.
The old navel.
Now, Farnisha, you've got to match Marcia to stay in the game. Marcia, it's up to you.
Once again.
Do we have a tie?
No pressure, though, eh, Jean?
No, I wouldn't.
It is Jean, isn't it?
It is Jean, yes.
Thank you so much. This question to me cried out for the old stick it in the ear answer.
Stick it in the ear answer. So that means Rick wins the game. Come on down. Congratulations. Okay. Well, this little lady's going to leave us, but she had a good time here, didn't she?
Yes, I did.
And she cried a little and laughed a lot and won a lot of money, and we are delighted to have met Farnisha Boswell, who leaves with $6,800. Now, as she's spinning off, we spin this commercial for you. Rick here is ready to have a go at the big money super match, over $5,000 at stake. Rick, we polled a recent studio audience, and we got their best response to this. Blank James. Now, the answer they gave most often is worth $500 if you match it. You match the next one, you get $250, and the bottom one gets you $100. Whom do you call on here?
Richard.
Jesse James.
Jesse James. Yeah. Charles. Charles, have you got one?
His cousin Harry.
Harry James.
Jimmie.
Jimmy Walker, you got one.
Now you do.
Susan James.
Susan James.
That's all we could come up with
So
quickly.
you got Susan
here.
James.
Well, you know, hey, come on now.
What?
She's a star. She's a big-time actress. She's in Hollywood and everything. She has a
Susan
car
St.
and a person.
James. Oh, all right.
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Take it back. So you got Susan James, a winner if I've ever heard one. Harry James and Jesse James. You want one of those?
I'll go with Harry James.
Harry James is what he wants. Let's find out if Harry James is up there. We'll begin down at the bottom and reveal the $100 response. King James.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're looking for Harry James. Let's see if it's under the $250 response. Harry James it is. Congratulations, you got it, buddy. Good boy. What do you think's under the big one?
Jesse.
You think Jesse is under the big one? Okay. All right, Earl, slide it.
Susan!
Jesse. All right. So you got $250. That means when the opportunity arises here, you're going to be playing for 10 times that amount, or $2,500. But you got to cool it for a while now while we do a little business. Boy, we got 30 seconds.
Hey, great.
No, I don't want to hear anything about your vacuum cleaner. Have we done all the plugs of Bob Newhart Show and Good Times? And
I'm going to be on the Comedy Awards at the Schubert Theater. It'll be on ABC January 18th.
I'll be on that, too.
Oh, my God, I can't cancel it.
I'll be there.
You gonna be there? You gonna be there, Richard? Yeah. No, tomorrow, match game 76. Goodbye, G. Rayburn here.
This is Johnny Oakley speaking for Match Game 76. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.